Okay, what's up, y'all? Confessors, welcome. Part two reunion. Oh my goodness, so much to go through. So let's just go through it, shall we? But first of all, allow me to introduce the undisputed African queen, the one and only Mara.
Hello. Am I loud?
We hear you great, if that's what you mean.
Yes! Yes! Let me get my drink.
Get it together, honey. While she does that, allow me to introduce the receipt queen, the detective, Miss Dina, aka Christina.
Hey y'all,
Hey, girl,
hey.
hey, who is fresh off the highway,
Fresh off of I-35. Like, I
and
think my
she's
car's
still
still hot.
here. Still here, taking care of business. Here she is. Okay. Oh my goodness. So this
Who's
freaking
got kids talking and something in the background?
hello, cool gamer. How are you? And we've got BB in the house. Oh shoot! Warning! Warning! Trigger warning, everyone. BB is letting it be known she is coming in the name of violence. You know what? Maybe I do need my drink. I didn't think I was gonna, but maybe I do. Dina was looking sharp. Loved the shoes. Yes, Dina was suited and booted, as you know. It was the Ready to Love premiere this Friday, and along with Simone and Rashad's engagement party after party, it was a lot going on. It was
Yes,
very
thank you.
beautiful. A lot of people were there, and Dina was among one, and I was completely jealous. You know, living in Michigan does not do it for me, obviously. But yes, it was beautiful. Kamisha was there. Stacey, really
Yeah, right now.
BTV. You know, it was a lot of people in the building, so it was a beautiful thing. And hey, I couldn't be there. Maybe next time. Mara, hey, babies. Hey, girl, hey. Okay. Ah,
Confessions.
Monique.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me good? Can you hear my kids? My kids are
I,
making noise, right?
yes, I hear them a lot. It's
Okay,
the
I'm moving. I'm moving to a different place.
it's the children. It's okay. So let's get into it, y'all. Episode reunion part two. Oh my goodness. So this time Destiny came out and Stormy came out and joined. But before they even got there, you know, they started off where they left off last episode, and it was the whole Marceau liking a woman's picture who DM'd him and sent her a picture of her booty with some hearts or something along those lines. And oh, a midday surprise. You know, and then Carlos asked Tisha, you know, what she said. She did her research. She didn't find nothing else. That was it. That was all 14 years ago. Nothing came of that. So his question was, so after that happened and all of the countless, you know, accusations, you still don't feel like there is any way that your husband could be cheating on you? And she said, no, I don't understand. She doesn't feel nothing at all, she said. How do you feel about that? So neither of my co-hosts are even.
Oops, I'm here. I'm here. Hold on. I was trying to get myself situated. Okay, I had to love on my dog just a little bit because he missed it at me. But let me tell
Oh,
you something. I mean, I get the whole thing that he says that people send him stuff now or whatever. Um, but at the same time you're entertaining it. So like you shouldn't have even replied. I tell people all the time, if that's not something that you want your mama or your wife or whoever to see, you need to read, respond, and delete. Okay, read, respond, delete. First of all, with him being a happily married man, he should have read, deleted, and never responded, and then we wouldn't even be sitting here talking about it. But the fact that you entertain it, then you went on to say there are a number of women that DM you on Instagram sending you random stuff. Now you just gave your wife cause to be insecure and to go through your phone again to see who these Instagram tramps is, knowing that you own a show, that you married to somebody else, but they still sending pictures to your Instagram.
The question I have, can you hear me? Am I good now? Okay. The question I have is, for as a wife, what makes you think that question that now you start thinking, I want to go through my husband's phone? When you get to that point, you're already, something is already telling you, you know what, something is not right, something. So I'm here to report, yes, I agree with everybody who has been saying Marso has cheated on Tisha. Yes, he has. Yes, he has. But it definitely not after the show started. I think after the show started, he realized, all these things are going to come out and all that. So now he stopped. So that's my first issue. He was engaging with this woman. There's no way somebody will just send my husband a picture of their bed if you're not engaging with it. And he responded, and he liked it. And who knows whether that conversation ended there. Now, I don't blame him for receiving stuff from DMs right now in this season, because he's popular, everybody now, he's a handsome man, so that you cannot control, and I don't think you can hold him against that he cannot control. There are many thirsty people out here, but that first instant, yes, he must be very much responsible, and yes, he must have done something with that woman.
So
and for him to have remember and it's normal, I would say, in the beginning of relationship, you're still because I remember when they came out this show, they said they were having difficulties in their early marriage, the early years of their marriage. So I can see that. So Marso, don't come here acting like a fool. I did not even respond. Yeah, he's handsome. Don't he's handsome man. So yeah, but my gosh, I am heated. I am annoyed.
Annoyed is
not they said handsome where. I mean, most of the men on this show are easy on the eyes. Let's start there. Mm-hmm. And everybody's perception of beauty or handsome or fine or sexy, whatever, is different.
Yeah.
So I'll give them that. But at the same time, though, if you know that, I'm not saying that she's insecure, but if you've given her pause for the cause in the past, I would not be sitting up on a panel saying, or the reunion, talking about other women contacting me. You know what I'm saying? Especially if this is the first time that you've ever said anything like that. Like, why are you dropping bombs here?
Well, we don't know if it is the first time we are hearing it. We just don't know if he had those conversations with the wife. I'm sure that's not the first time Tisha was hearing that, your husband has been receiving DMs. I'm sure they've shared that kind of a conversation, but it's the first time we're hearing this. But I'm also looking forward to, after this season ends, I don't want to hear about these rumors anymore. That's old story. Let's start new stories. I like the questioning of Carl's King because he wants to get together with it, so that let's start something new in the next season.
I really do feel, I'm agreeing with you on that. I do feel like they want to address all rumors past and present, so that when they move on to the next season, it's like a clean slate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's audience is not going to allow them to have a clean slate because it is going to continue. Just like any, just in the next, week or two, you can have more accusations out. Another anonymous person is going to come forward and say that they got a picture of the backside of Marcel's hand and say it's him. And then here we go again.
Well, all I
And
know is if at any time for real that Marceau is currently cheating, I'm pretty sure he has choked up whoever he cheating with and was like, you bet not, never, not ever, ever, ever. This is between me, you, and Jesus. Okay, you going to the grave being anonymous.
Yeah,
I guarantee you that.
You could say
Or
that
he's paying big money for them to remain quiet.
And that's what I'm saying. If that's the case, you can say it about all these other people. If he's saying
no,
that,
because but Martell didn't have enough
anonymous
money.
People that's come forward already. I mean, because that could hold the same merit. If that is the case. So again, it always goes back. We will never 100% know for a fact if Marceau is or is not cheating on Letitia. That is going to be one of those secret things in reality TV history that you never find out. We'll never know until a woman comes forward who's not afraid to not be anonymous. That's still a fact of the point. So whether he isn't, you're not going to come forward and not be anonymous. Just shut up. We don't care.
Or not even that. Or just give us real receipts, pictures, text messages, something.
You definitely gonna need the receipts. But I'm gonna date myself a little bit, but I'm gonna bring it up so that everybody knows where I'm going. Look, we had to wait, I don't know how many seasons to figure out who shot JR on Dallas. We had to wait a whole break period to figure out who shot Ghost on Power. So if the people really want to know if Marceau is cheating or not, it will eventually come out. So whatever he got going on, he need to ship her over into outer space so she can't talk to nobody, or he need to stop doing whatever he's doing, or continue to write them big checks. Because I'm not saying he is doing anything, but if he is, he's paying big for it to be remaining quiet for this long, or the person that he's cheating with has just as much to lose as him. Because most of the time when people go sending out pictures and claiming I'm the woo whatever, they got nothing to lose. So whoever this person allegedly this ghost woman is, she might be a doctor, she might be married, she might be an attorney, she might be somebody of importance, and she ain't trying to mess up her coins either. You got to think about that too. But I hope he's not cheating. I don't condone that shit.
Wait, Martell took his mistress to Africa, or Marceau? What
Marceau. I think she meant Marceau.
What I was saying. But that would go back to the reason why,
and
Letitia didn't know about him going to there until way too late to where she could even try to have one. But that's either here or there. And that's another thing we'll never know.
And
the man is being questioned about his whole entire life now. So it's like nothing he does is safe. He could walk down the street and they say he's doing something wrong.
Well, at this point, he better not breathe on a woman or he'll be accused of being too friendly.
But it just don't help because of the simple fact of the point is the way that Marceau talks and responds and how he is. So it's like you never know if he's telling the truth or not. You never know if he's being sincere or funny or what is it. So it's like even if he was to admit it, he does it in a joking way. But still, could it be him admitting it in an undertone way? It's like you just don't know because of the way that Marceau is, and I don't think that helps him.
Right. Yeah. He talks in rhymes and riddles.
Makes him look even more guilty than he, is or isn't. Whatever. So that's why it's like it's never going to be found out. You're never going to know because of the way that Marceau is. And then Marceau doesn't care to be talked about like this. He kind of gets a kick out of it. It's fun.
Unfortunately, the wife doesn't like it,
Yeah, I mean, it's fun for him, but of course Tisha hates it because that's just one more accusation she has to deal with. I mean, if she wasn't insecure before, I wouldn't blame her if she was now because.
And I also liked the way production would bring the receipts when somebody says something, and then it bring the receipts. Oh, this is exactly what happened. This is what she said. Like Kiki saying she never started that conversation. Clearly, she started that conversation. Kiki was correct in everything she said.
Yeah, when they did show that back footage, they showed footage of them outside where the whole entire thing started. Yes, BB. I guess.
Yes. I'm tired. I want to know anybody right now who is supporting. Hey, okay. I hope this is the last time we are seeing Kiki on Miss Love and Marriage, Huntsville. I hope this is the last time. I don't want to ever see her again. She's fraud. She is fraud.
Like she said, he did whatever it is. He claiming if that's a tumor, he did it. Thank you, production, for the scene of Kiki talking about Tisha outside. She stated Mel told her Marceau laughed at her drinking ways, and Kyle's asked her did she believe Mel, and she said no. I mean, yeah, she did. She absolutely did. So
I don't care what nobody say. Kiki was mad that Tisha was on the show and they were beefing or whatever. And and Tisha keeps saying, y'all hear this. We were so close. She knows a lot about me, or she knows everything about me. And so what Kiki did was, and Mel probably facilitated the beginning of it, but she's like, okay, we're going to befriend each other so we can get the dirt on Tisha because they looking too perfect over there. Yes. And I need something or anything to tarnish that look over there because I'm miserable because my husband is out here acting a damn fool with all of these young PYTs and stuff. And so I want everybody else to be miserable too. But I can tell you this, she ain't coming for Kimmy's marriage.
Gina, go ahead, Gina. Go ahead.
Offering on that, okay?
Yes, go on ahead and pass the. I'm sorry, y'all. I was.
Gina is coming with wisdom. Gina, go ahead.
But see, misery loves company. I've been saying that, and the thing I like about coming this far with y'all, like on this season, is because I'm an outsider looking in, and I see they showing the receipts, like Maud said. They go back and they show the scene or whatever. So I don't have a favorite, or as some people say, I don't have a dog in this fight, so I can give my unbiased opinion. But that's what people do. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. So yeah. So
and I hated the way she was the first one to answer questions. Was that a nude picture? Yes. Nobody is asking you. The question was Tisha is the one who was supposed to be answering the question. Shut your mouth. You already said your piece.
And she all over there talking about, oh, you responded, and this is what you said. I was waiting on her to go to the phone and be like, look, this is what Tisha screenshot me. Like, damn, what do you want to sleep with the man? Why are you so concerned about the thing? Like, this is their marriage. She admitted to some things. Let her tell her own story. We know he lied because we didn't call. Y'all both said yes. You responded at the same time, but let Tisha tell her shit. You over there telling it like he hurt you or something.
Because that's what she came to the show to do. They had this back with the evil Melody. Melody is so evil. Melody is so evil that Marshall will have an accident. Marshall will have an accident. And instead of me trying to find out how how Marcel is doing, you're calling to find out, oh, how did he afford that car? They cannot afford that. Are you kidding me?
Wait, and then, okay, but then
Yeah, I thought that was a little like, why is that even?
Confessions, I hope you never wear that God said go again. At this point, you can no longer wear that God said go. You can't.
Listen though, y'all. This is why I say she's jealous, right? And she might want Tisha's husband because remember she was talking about the drug use and whatnot, and she was talking about how Marceau used to do so much for her and help her and come save her. Or something. I can't. I was in the car, but it was something to that effect. Do y'all remember that, or was I hearing shit?
It was during when she was going through the drug.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she went to say that Tisha was the first person she told that she had a problem and she took her to rehab. But if you down and out and drugged out and you need money for drugs and you see your cousin's husband and they well-to-do or whatever, I mean, people have crushes or whatever on people all the time. And then he's in the process of saving you. So, you know what I'm saying? You kind of grow a little bit more affection for him because he brought you out of a dark place. But the thing about it is your cousin dropped you off at the rehab center. So the fact that you even own this show and you didn't overdose or end up on Skid Row or somebody's lot lizard, you should be thankful to her for that instead of stabbing her in the back, because that could have went a million different other ways.
Right. And you know why Melody is evil is because she was Kiki was asked, do you think they were malicious? Do you think their intentions were evil, when they were sharing this information? She said no to Marcel, no to Tisha. But Melody kept insisting, oh, it was nothing. And then guess what? Mateo knows, when Mateo doesn't want to answer the question, but he knows the truth, he says, oh, I don't remember. Yes, you remember. It wasn't malicious, but he did not want to be on the bad side of Melody until we can see in the next episode.
I think he really didn't know, because Marcel did not have no problem cutting up the way he did in the first part of the thing. So Marcel was cut up. So I don't think that he had any problem admitting if he really did or not, because he was the best the first part. So I really think he did.
I don't. My man.
Because he was bringing it the whole entire time. So he didn't. Okay, so let's talk about the fact. Okay, so Carlos was pretty upset with the whole dynamic and the whole situation, with the fact that they're not having the same energy that they had last season about Monster being talked about, that they're having now with Sugar Mama being talked about. And it's not, he said he's disappointed that it's not black and white, because they're giving Miss Wanda some of the responsibility, but they still got that but to it. And it's that, okay, yes, she did this, but it's like they're justifying what she did. And Carlos was not having that. So it was a point where he was like, he felt that all of them were like that. Kimmy was like, wait, who are you talking about? Us? Kimmy jumped up real quick and she cleared herself out like real quick. But the point was, Carlos felt that it wasn't that same energy. So do y'all feel like he should have that same energy? Do y'all feel like it's the same thing?
Two different situations, two different energy. When Monster was being talked about, Monster's mom is not on the show. That kid is never really on the show. If I'm gonna go back to how Melody and her ex-husband, they do all these things on social media all the time. And she started filming, when she went to Rwanda and she started going live, clearly, as the production was showing us the receipts also, she's a liar. And if her and her husband, if you want us to protect your children, you have to protect your children first. They have not been protecting their children on social media. They have been going after each other. If they're not protecting them, don't expect me to protect them. So different situations, different energy. I disagree with Carlos.
Oh, so I reminded everyone the season Kiki was on trying to check Kimmy. Why wasn't there any scenes with the great friends Mel and Kiki? Hmm. That's a good theory. That's a good question. Why was there? When I watched One Life, she wasn't talking about Sugar Mama. And, see, and did y'all also realize? See, even for Miss Wanda was not rah 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 this reunion. She was very tame,
Mm-hmm.
very tame,
Mm-hmm.
and I think starting to realize like this ain't you know, because she is really. She said she was sorry for speaking up, and I believe that she was. And I don't think she even want to, discuss it any further. She's letting them dig the hole because they're not even making it about her. At some point, it's not even going to be about Miss Wanda. But the fact is, Miss Wanda was like really poised and cool this season, this reunion, and I was like, damn, she ain't saying.
Mm-hmm. She was.
I think she learned to use her words this reunion. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
really think like if you can read somebody or state your truth without having to raise your voice and without having to be rah rah, because once you get rah rah, nobody's listening to you
Mm-hmm.
anymore. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Like I could read somebody from the ceiling to the floor in this voice right here, and they will understand and what I said. But when you get to yelling and screaming and you say things and you could be saying very intelligent things, but nobody's listening to you because it just sounds like noise. So
Yep.
maybe she learned to get her point across, tone it down, use my words.
Which is good because especially with her getting her business off the ground, you got to learn to pick your battles because you're a
Mm-hmm.
businesswoman now and you got to conduct yourself as such. And she is really serious about her showing up. She's showing up serious
Right.
about her showing up.
And
So
maybe that's what it took for her was getting the business to be like, you know what, I got some business of my own now to
Mm-hmm.
tend to. Maybe I don't need to be in everybody else's business because when I'm in everybody else's business, I can't tend to my business. So it's good that she, got her something else to do.
right.
I
So maybe
agree.
Marco needs to think of it that way, and he should be happy to help and get her food truck off the ground. Because if she got her own business, she'll stay out of his.
If I had it like that, trust and believe, if I had money like that and my mama was always me and my husband's business, see, first of all, me and Marcel would have separate accounts. Okay. So you got your money over here, I got my money over here. So when he was like, no, it's not coming out the joint account, cool, bet I got it in mine. No worries. And boom, now go sit over there and stay out of me and my husband's business. That's what I would have did. And then I'm gonna let her know that this is a loan. I ain't giving it to you. This is a
Oh,
loan. I'm about to be your silent partner. So when that money and them cash apps or Zales or whatever start coming in to the bank, we both our names gonna be on that bank account. And until we get to, I'm not even gonna charge you no interest since you my mama though. I ain't gonna charge no interest. But once I get my 45K back for however many potatoes you got to claim, once I get my 45K back, then you can be full on partner by yourself.
hey, that's a deal. I mean, you
Not
really
no
can.
interest. Where you
That's
gonna
a
get
good deal.
45K from with no interest?
That's a good deal. You can't beat that.
And you better
You
not
can't.
ask me for no more money either.
Especially, well, shoot, if she bought a business, she shouldn't have to. If she bought a
Right.
business, she should not have to. She should be straight.
Don't
But
spend it all, you know what I'm saying, at one time. And then you just working day to day to get a little change. What you do is you take the 45K, you put like 10 on in the bank for contingency, and then you spend the other money getting your truck or your building or your supplies and you know what I'm saying, whatever else you need. But if you spend the whole 45K and something break down, you SOL.
really, yeah, you are. But hopefully she'll have it because I thought she was supposed to have it up and running by the end of year last year. I'm not
It's
sure.
still not up.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen it. She ain't been. If it was up, you would think she would have posted about it, or maybe it is, and she just can't or couldn't yet because of the contract. But if it's up and running and it's a real lucrative business, you can't keep that a secret. So I don't know.
She
It's
better
I
make
don't
sure
think it
she
is
got her
yet.
permits and everything. Because she don't need to be
Mm-hmm.
on TV talking about her little chicken shack or potato shack or whatever it's called. And don't be having all her health permits and business permits and licenses and stuff like that because they'll shut it down.
True that.
And
Yeah,
they
but I
got
don't
all
know.
the footage on TV that you operate in a business without the proper paperwork.
Yeah. So I think she'll definitely show it off when she do because you got to make that money right away. You can't be waiting to show that because of a show. That's a real
Mm-hmm.
business. So that's something different. So no, I don't think that she has it yet. I don't think so, at least. But but what else did Carlos talk about and ask them? Um,
Hmm.
so Maurice so Maurice's little speech though, he made a lot of sense, and I thought the same thing. After Kimmy had, told everyone that she was diagnosed and everything like that, you would have thought some of the people would have just understood that some of the things that they is going through really ain't worth it, and life is too short, and they could have
Mm-hmm.
came together, and that is not what happened. It just it didn't it's like it didn't even affect them at all. It affected them in that moment when she told them, but then after that it was just like whatever. Like this group is never gonna be like it was. It just ain't.
No, they need to. They need to get rid. They need to get rid of Melody. We don't need Melody. Just like the way I'm hoping Love and Marriage DC is
Let's
gonna
not.
do a
Let's
better
not.
job.
We're not gonna go there, Ma.
Yeah, it's not gonna
I
go
love
there.
you, but I'm not going down that rabbit hole with you today. I
Um.
done left my alcohol
Um. Um.
outside. I done laid that
Stay in the lane.
Okay. Okay.
Stay in the middle
Let's
lane. Okay.
focus. Let's
Don't
focus.
go
Okay.
straight. Just
Okay.
middle
I feel
lane.
like. Okay. I feel like at this point, because remember when she was asked, she was. It looks like she doesn't want. She does. She's not getting along with anybody apart from Kimmy. And if she's getting along with Kimmy, but then she's over here dissing Kimmy's husband, I'm gonna have an issue with that. I don't know how Kimmy separates the two.
Yeah,
I,
Kimmy gonna
I, I
have an
cannot
issue.
separate the two. Like, you're gonna disrespect my husband. We're not friends. We're not calling each other and checking on each other. And so at this point, I feel like maybe Melody just need to exit. Because who is she? She brought in Stormy. They are no longer friends. Okay. The Whitlows, they didn't even come for the confessions. Why did they come for the reunion?
Who? The Whitlows?
Yeah.
I believe next Friday. Next Saturday, I mean.
The what?
Next Saturday, I'm sure they'll be there.
Okay. Okay, so what do you think about that question Carlos was asking Stormy, that people think that she's ghetto? I don't think she's ghetto.
No, and it's unfortunate that people want to resort to, especially that word, and and say that about Stormy. First of all, when has Stormy ever represented herself as ghetto in the first place? That's what I'm trying to
Okay.
figure out. When
Yeah.
has she ever done that? She has always represented herself as a businesswoman, a mother, a wife, a friend. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand where they're getting that from. Have they never heard someone, speak from Mississippi? Do they not watch P Valley or anything? Have they not seen a freaking movie? It is an accent. So I don't understand where they get off saying that she's shit. Like, where is the ratchet? Where has there ever been anything ratchet about her? That's what I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
So they really got her messed up right there. Really.
Yeah,
And I
agree.
feel sad for her that she was crying because that's
Yeah.
really messed up, that is the representation that
Mm-hmm.
people feel about you when you're supposed to be, this her being on this show should have been a milestone and, you know, a step up for her to put herself out there, have this beauty girl out there. And she totally missed that mark, you know, that was covered by this, which is really unfortunate. I don't think she's ghetto. She picked a side just like Destiny did, and then decided to attach herself, and then his
Mm-hmm.
on her own, and that's exactly what she did. But guess what? I'm here with mine on this one. Mel does not like anyone on the show who was going with, and that is my question because when he asked her, you know, can this be fixed? Can you know, find yourself getting along with anyone in this group or whatever? And she said a quick no. Like she had no room for space. That no came so quick. So who who are you gonna feel with? You can't possibly bring another
I
person.
know. Oh my gosh. Okay. And the question I also have is the question that she was asked by Marcel. Who holds Melody accountable? Not the mother, okay? Not the ex-husband, not friends. Who holds this woman accountable ever in her life?
I mean, and that's the thing. When you grown, you gotta hold yourself accountable, and that is why no one really is messing with her because I mean, if she did hold herself accountable, she needs to really show and back herself up. Like, because if people ain't seeing that, you need to remind them when you did, when really you know she said sorry before. You know she's been able to apologize, but that's not necessarily being held accountable. And it depends on what they really want her to be held accountable for. You know, is it, you know, the beef between her and Letitia, the beef between her and Marcel, the beef between her and Martell, you know, because when you look at it, she's the common denominator. And that's why it's like, am I the problem? I don't think I'm the problem. Am I the problem? You know? So that's how I feel about it. When you are the common denominator, if I was the common denominator, I'm definitely about to stop taking back at myself. You know, I may not tell people I'm doing it, but I'm gonna go sit in the corner and reevaluate real quick on the low. You know, I ain't gotta tell nobody, you know, and then I'm gonna come back and rearrange
Exactly.
my ways to be whatever. But the fact is that she can't do that is a problem. And, you know, she sees herself as the victim, kind of. And I kind of feel that that's a representation of the way she came dressed because her dress was like armor, you know, like her shield, like she was
Mm-hmm.
shielding herself away, kind of metaphorically, you know, because she feels that it's them against her. And clearly her mom wasn't here to have her back. And I can't wait to see if they even mention that why Miss Van ain't there, you know, on episode on the final part of the reunion because they ain't even brung up the fact that Miss Van ain't even come to the reunion. That's a whole nother thing. Are they even going to bring that up? I can't wait to see. Change the name of the show. There is no love, and the marriages aren't too strong either. They call it. I mean, if they did change the name of the show, and they would have to change the whole concept of the show, which means that they would probably have to go back to, you know, showing the black business and the black excellence. Carlos has already said that people wasn't responding to the show when it was positive at first and everything, but people responded to the ratchetness of the show or whatever drama of the show, if you will. So they say they want the good, but they ain't responding and watching it. So what is he supposed to do? He is a businessman. He's trying to get his ratings. That's where he getting the ratings at. Mel is emotionally stunted. She acts like a spoiled entitled child. She claims everybody else is at fault, and she claims she always tells the truth. And that's the thing, though. Sometimes people really are in their own. There's something called your own truth, and that's a serious thing. When you go your own truth, you know that leaves a lot of legway for a lot of not taking accountability. There being accountability responsibility. And that's my whole thing. Mela's, so I don't know. It's gonna be real interesting to see how Mel does operate, because she can't possibly bring another person unless she's gonna resort to Tiffany. But Tiffany is pregnant, and she ain't got time for this mess.
I think
So
they're still cool with Tiffany. They're still friends.
say what?
I think they're still friends with Tiffany.
But she gonna
Yeah,
do
she's still
something to
cute,
her.
but with Tiffany
Hurt people
pregnant,
hurt people.
about to have a baby. She ain't got time for this
I know,
drama.
but I'm just saying she hurt people hurt people. You know what I'm saying? There is no rhyme or reason other than being miserable. Can you go through that many female friends over a couple of seasons? Because I got friends right now, like let's see, me and my 21 years. I just went and saw my homegirl in Dallas. 21 years we've been friends. Like, yeah, we don't live in the same city, but we'll hop in the car. Like, I just live down the street, and we chop it up or whatever. Like, you can't even be friends with somebody for a whole year.
Yeah.
Something is really wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I got a list of friends that I can date. I think my oldest friend, maybe 30 years, maybe 30. Because we were friends in high school. I'm talking about people I kick it with, cupcake on the phone, not my high school Facebook friends that, we've been friends for 30 years too. But I'm talking about friends I talk to and really deal with. So I just can't understand how certain people can have friends that are 30, 40 plus 50, whatever, however many years. And you can't even be friends with somebody for a whole year. Not even a whole year, a whole season of filming.
I know. They were very cool with Stormy until Stormy decided, she wants to know people. She wants to know everybody else. That was a betrayal for Melody, because Melody wants to control you. Like, and you know what? Like she said, she brought in some business when to the show. What was the name of the company before it became Scott's? She brought in some businesses. She was giving them clients. Yes. So, you can get some financial benefit by associating with Melody. That she's a good businesswoman, but I don't think she I don't know about being a friend. I don't know about other things, but I don't know. I mean, she's proven Destiny. They are no longer together. They were very good friends with Tisha. No longer friends. I mean, now you're friends with Kimmy? Come on, man. No Destiny.
And she's still cool with Tiffany. I mean, as of yet, we can't even say that her and Stormy ain't cool, because that hasn't even been played out yet. We're barely hearing about it, what's really going on in real life yet with that whole
right. But you can tell she doesn't like, you get, I don't know. I don't think they are cool.
I mean, well,
so what did y'all think about Stormy's dress?
They'll bring anything of that nature up, on the third part of the show, because they haven't even, because Carlos hasn't even asked Mel any questions about Stormy or anything, and it wanted to bring up to notice that Mel didn't say anything, or jump in or say anything when Carlos was saying all of the things that they were saying, or come to her defense or anything. So possibly the fallout between them has already been in effect once they had filmed. So who knows? But like I said, we'll see if that's mentioned in the third part or not. But that'll be interesting to see. But if she doesn't want to talk with any of the other castmates, who will she talk to? Unless she'll talk to Miss Van or Tiffany. Kimmy's going to be going through her thing, so she's probably not going to be worried about the drama, So, well, I don't know. I don't know, and I don't see this show being on for many more seasons, anyways.
They better get their checks while they can.
It's gonna end, because how much more can you go through just the drama? And no, regardless of who you want to blame as a villain on the show, you can only blame a person for so long. I mean, and that person's just ready to move on to Kim. I mean, Melody's ready to move on. Martell seems ready to move on. And I don't know. And once they're gone, I mean, what are you really going to do with the show?
Bring in some new couples, the new energy. Stormy's dress was beautiful.
Yeah, because in the middle of there somewhere, I said, what y'all think about Stormy's dress? And then she finished her thought. So.
If I was on a bed, I'd never show my face again. She's too grown for this mess. I wouldn't want to show my face through this mess either. I mean, after being...
She's messy too.
After all of her business, I mean, Mark put a lot of her business out there. I wouldn't want to come back on the show after all that Mark just did. Honestly, like, I can't compete with that. Like, I really can't. It's just too much.
And I think also that also was laying on, was affecting Melody too. I mean, this is your mother who's being discussed like this. I mean,
it was Melody who was being discussed as well. Her private, family life as well. And, I feel if those people aren't on the show, like, just stay within the show. Like, they had a blueprint. They all said what they would and wouldn't talk about. And, like, how did this happen? It just really got messy. And it didn't have to. When this show first started, I had such the high hopes for the Black excellence. And, I like some drama. I like that, but can we have a balance? That's all I want. I just don't want all drama. Can we have a balance? That's all I need. Just a little both. A little dab of Doomy. Period.
But drama was getting the ratings, so that's the avenue production decided to go down. Because remember, in some of the other shows, when they were showing Black excellence, motivational speaking, the Black men speaking with their kids, and they cut a lot of that. Like there's lots more scenes out there that cater to what we're talking about: Black love, Black excellence, Black men actually taking care of their kids, and they cut those scenes.
Who crossed the line first? I'm gonna read that. As far as well, Mel crossed the line first from what people gather, because from the very first season, Mel had, and Martell supposedly didn't want his cheating allegations from the past out, but Mel switched up and brung it out. But I think I know why that happened though. They had that discussion at some point, okay? But 2 weeks before the filming started, Mel found out he was back messing with Ariane. And I think that's why she did it. Had he not started messing with her, she had not found out that close to filming, I don't think she was. But it was so fresh and it was going on at that moment that's all her focus was probably on at the moment. And she was like, scratch that. I'm hurt. You want to keep doing this? Okay. You should have thought about this knowing daggone well we about to start filming the show. You gave me this platform to do this. So all bets are off. And when a woman is scorned, to hell have no fury. So I don't even think I can really blame her for that part. You hurt.
Right.
I ain't thinking about his feelings after he don't hurt mine. Forget that. Black excellence highly premieres at the first episode of the Martell cheating. No, Martell made the decision to talk about it. Mel made that decision her own. Mel crossed the line. She talked about and invited Tisha to that restaurant and blamed Tisha.
Yeah, I remember that.
Blame Tisha for what?
When she started, she was telling Tisha to pull up. You pull up.
Oh,
pull
yeah.
up.
Yeah. I mean, she was giving her helpful information, but you can't tell a woman how to do in her marriage. I mean, you can give her the advice, but and that's another thing. You can't be mad at someone for not taking your advice on how to do their own marriage.
And I think that's where the problem started when teachers did not do what Melody was expecting her to do. That became an issue. It became personal for Melody.
Period. So that's going to continue to be the case. But you know what would really be awkward if the fact of, if ever, if it is even true ever, that Tisha were to find out if anyway that Marcel was cheating, like that would be, I can just see the face on Mel when if Tisha were to ever
Yeah,
really find out.
yeah. Because she was already making some funny faces when Tisha was talking about how she found a picture on the phone. She was already making those funny faces. Like, oh, I'm here for it. Why is the popcorn?
Oh, that's my mama in the
I
building.
know.
G.
Evening, mamas. Hello. Goody,
Hey, goody, goody.
Hey, hey. But Tisha later admitted to pulling up and catching her man at a bar, so called working with another woman. It's, and see, that's the thing. Tisha admits to some things, and it's like she's admitted to a couple of things. Like, I don't know. There has been too many things for me. I would have to check Varso. I would have to be like, what's going on? Because this ain't adding up. But sometimes you can tell when she's asked a question about my cheating, when she responds, it's kind of or how she's listening to the question, it kind of seems like she don't want Marcel to think that she don't trust him or something like that. Because it's like every time she's questioned about her loyalty to him, she goes harder about it than anybody. It's like she doesn't want Marcel to know that she don't trust him. Do you ever feel that type of way at all about it? Because I mean, just think about when she's asked a question about Marcel and how she responds and how she goes. If any other time she has to like really deeply explain herself, like she don't want Marcel to think that of her. I don't
That
know,
is
maybe
true. I'm gonna agree with you on that. It's almost like she's so busy defending him and saying that she's supporting him, she's making herself
hold
look
on.
stupid.
Toya, calm down. We all speak freely over here. Everyone's allowed to speak their mind.
But yeah, I think that's what it is. She's so busy defending him, she's making herself look stupid, but she don't want him to think that she's lost any trust or in him, or I think that would be the downfall of their marriage, because whatever it is that he's doing and getting away with or not getting away with, whatever dynamic they have in the marriage, he's probably one of those people. I need to know that my wife is 100% beside everything I say. If I say the sun is purple, I'm gonna need her to pull out the Monique binder and give all this facts that state that the sun is purple, even though everybody else can clearly see that it's not purple.
True. She gonna sit beside him, and that's fine, and that's for her to do. Specifically, that is her marriage. I just hope that she never does come to a point where she has to feel like if he really is cheating on her and now she don't, messed up some relationships with people because of the fact that they tried to help her and she wasn't trying to let them help her in the first place.
And she don't want to look like a fool.
If you are a real girlfriend though, and you feel that her husband is cheating on her, you is gonna be like, girl, you need to pull up on him. I'm pulling up with you. We about to go check him together. And that could have been where Mel was coming from at that moment. But as time went on, and Mel saw that Tisha wasn't biting it, she should have left it alone.
And I'm gonna piggyback off of that because I've had that happen. This was like some 20-something years ago. I'm at the line at the club, and I see my cousin, baby daddy, and he was not with my cousin. Girl, what you want me to do? Because he here, and that's not you. It's clearly not you, unless you got a new wig or something. I know that's not you. And so then she said, put him on the phone. So I got out my place in line. They were ahead of me. And went and stood right there and said, Lynette want to talk to you. And then he got on the phone. And this was back when I had a flip phone, right? So he got off the phone and he flipped it closed real bad and handed it back to me. And he went, got his car and left the girl in the line.
Girl, no, he didn't.
Yes, he did. I don't know if they rolled together or they met up there. I hope that she had her own money to pay to get in because he left that girl in that line.
Heck not. See,
I will tell. I will tell. I do not condone cheating. I will tell.
Oh yeah, me too.
Oh, I sure did, Goody. I sure did. And the other homegirls that I was with, matter of fact, I stood in front of the girl and then called the other girl I was with. And then the girl that he left in line was standing behind us. Don't play with me. You know.
God.
I started to be real petty and invite some strangers, but I said, it was like 4 or 5 of us. I said that's enough. That's and it was cold too. Poor little thing was not dressed properly for the weather.
Word, that was a come up for you. That was a real come up for you. He says it's y'all. Word. That's word. But so next week we see.
No, wait. Before you get to next week confessions, what about Carl's asking
Destiny?
Destiny, yeah.
Oh, Destiny, yes, Destiny. So Destiny came out at the same time as Stormy did. First of all, okay, so they came out at the same time, right? So, and Carlos introduced them at the same time. So he introduced Stormy, Destiny. Then he introduced Stormy. Why did Martell clap for Stormy? Y'all see how he clapped for her?
That dress was bad, though.
I'm like, why is he clap for her? I was completely thrown off. I didn't understand. He was clapping for her.
Maybe she wasn't going to come, and then she did come.
So everyone has been getting on Destiny a lot lately. Throughout the whole entire season, Destiny has been the subject of a lot of news and gossip about her Madani line, her marriage, her ex past marriage, whatever. So she's been the subject of a lot, and she doesn't show a lot on the show, and a lot of people had been having issue with that. And so Carlos asked her how she felt about that and what she had to say about that. You don't show your private life and this, that, and the third. And so she said, I'm not in love. And she is absolutely in love. We have seen pictures of her boo, and we'll see more of him. But the thing was, it was kind of a back and forth thing between her and Kimmy for a little bit.
Yeah, I felt, like I did not understand why Kimmy was all,
Well, Kimmy has always been one to tell her, though, in the past, you don't tell us a lot on and off camera, like she said. She said it to her on and off camera. I'm not a fan of Destiny faces. Destiny be having some faces, boy. She be having face. Martell is awkward. You know what? Dina said that too. That Martell is awkward, especially when they was having the dinner a couple episodes ago. Destiny refused to share her life, but always in everybody else's life. Oh, oh. And that was the thing. Everyone's talking about that. And so she said that we will see more next season. She says that. So we'll have to wait and see. We're going to see the boyfriend. She told him, in real time. So she's already showed him now. So, of course, we're going to see him. We've seen her bring him to Christmas party app together that she showed. So he's definitely met the crew now. So and they're filming still, or started filming again already.
Oh, they are?
They're already filming again, I believe. Yep.
Yes.
Carlos hardly ever puts the camera down. He probably gives them like week to week, maybe a month, and then back up and rolling.
I really don't want the show to end. I really want this show to continue. I just want it to be like Real Housewives. Like, keep bringing new people, bring some new energy, friends of the friends, just to make it interesting. But it shouldn't end.
Mm-hmm. Oh, kiss my cheek. She said, too little, too late. Bye. So you want Destiny gone too? Kiss my cheek.
No.
30 episodes was too much. Well, that's the thing, and that's why they tried to see, and that's why I'm like, how y'all gonna say this is season 5, but it's supposed to be the continuous of season 4, and that's why I didn't understand why they did what they did, and I don't know where Dina just went to. I know her computer starts acting up within an hour, but I just want to talk about just a little bit more, then we're gonna be done anyway. So now we see that Destiny and Stormy are in a good place. They actually like each other, which is good because they are kind of two of the same person. So there is no reason for them to know. And remember how when Mel said she didn't, and she thought that they should be friends because they should be. Mm-hmm. So now that they are, but now she ain't even friends with me. So it's like,
yeah.
But Destiny said, in order for us to be good, you're gonna have to leave her and Melody alone. And so she did, and now they are good. But now her and Melody ain't. So
and she also threatened. She also threatened that I know many secrets about you. Do you want me to talk about it right now? She was talking to Melody. Did you see that?
Yeah,
I was like, yes, Destiny, say it.
So that's what I understand. Like, y'all, they both know a lot about each other, obviously. So they both should be trying to tread lightly with each other, but it don't seem the case. They both seem like they ain't got nothing to lose. So I'm like, this could end very ugly if they both should start airing out each other's dirty laundry.
And even her saying that, even her talking about how Melody was tracking Martel's phone.
It was a test that failed. Well, it failed then. The Stormy mom was out of order.
Stormy mom?
Yeah, so there's the whole thing that's been on social media about the whole thing between Stormy and Mel, and Stormy's mom did chime in, and she let it be known how she feels about Mel, and she let it be known how she felt about Mel and how she sees Mel and how she feels her friendship with Stormy is, and all of that stuff. Things Mel is jealous and all this other type of stuff. Not a real friend. Always, she was on Miss Wanda's YouTube channel last week, I believe, after the reunion, and they were asking her questions, and she was, real upfront about how she felt about Melody, and she feels Melody isn't. She said that she feels isn't a good friend to Stormy, or they really weren't good friends to begin with anyway, and yeah, it's a whole entire thing. So and it's funny because Stormy's mom's YouTube name is her name is Betty, so she goes by Petty Betty. and she could not be more petty. Like you see where her and Stormy, like Stormy get that from that thing house. Yeah, she get it from her mama, clearly. For real.
Wow,
But
I'll check her out.
yeah, if you go to Miss Wanda's page, showing up as Wanda, yeah, it's really funny. She's a hoot. She out there. But she said she'll never do the show. So you'll never have to, I guess we'll never have to worry about that. I don't think she said that she'll ever do it for a specific reason or that would make her do the show, but when they asked her, she said she'll never be on the show. But could you just imagine her and Miss Wanda together? I mean, the married coworker can go. Destiny needs to show this married coworker. Destiny needs to show up. Stormy, this show may do damage to her brand. Tisha needs to stop talking about Mel. Bring on Ariane. I mean, there was at a point where it could have been possible that Ariane was going to come on, but I think that kind of diminished a couple weeks ago when she was talking all that mess and brought up Carlos King, I believe. And so I don't think that's going to happen. Not at this point. We'll probably we'll see Sheree before we see Ariane. My issue is people calling Mel a loose woman for seeing dudes before her divorce was over. I mean,
clearly the marriage was already over.
Marcel was doing his thing in the marriage, so shoot. I mean, once a woman is completely done mentally, she's been done with the relationship. So she was done with that marriage before the divorce even became anything anyway. So right. That's how we go by how we feel. We don't go by no paperwork or none of that. We go by how we feel. We've been mentally checked out.
Once you file, like you filed for divorce, y'all are separated. You no longer live in the same home. Your husband has a baby with another woman. So clearly me and my hoo-ha can go elsewhere now.
Exactly. Period. And if you out there giving out your community ping to whomever, why I gotta sit here and suffer and be lonely and
act like a virgin while you out here letting everybody get a ride on the merry-go-round.
Exactly. I'm not about to suffer because of you. No, sir. This is not how this goes. Who said that? No, thank you. I'll be damned. I'm not doing that. Period. So
just trust and believe every weekend you got the kids. Estella is out trying to get her groove back, okay?
It ain't nothing wrong with that. If y'all agree to not be together, that's the whole point. So y'all can go out and be with somebody else, right?
Right.
I mean, why do you have to wait? Who invented that whole thing? Like, you just gotta wait. What you waiting for? How long you supposed to wait for?
I think some people think you should wait because other people's feelings could get hurt if the two
somebody's feelings already got hurt if somebody ain't with the other person anymore.
Right. When you got an extra person there. But I think outside people think like, oh, what if Mel in this situation, just say for example, they separate, they seeing other people, babies get involved, extra babies, whatever, and then they end up getting back together. You know what I'm saying? And now you could have, extra stalkers and shit. I don't know. All I'm saying is once I go and pay a retainer fee and a lawyer file them papers, we are no longer together.
Nope. And my feelings been out the window before I even went and signed the papers. So what we wait, I mean, she can do whatever she wants. What she got to wait for. That's just stupid. Goody said that's fine. I'm not worried. I hear that. Period.
Well, the good morning people, they never waited. They're in Miami kissing and you're disrespecting. I think when the kids are involved, You should be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, of course you should. But if you're not doing, if you're not around the kids or whatever, the kids don't know what you're doing. If you want to go out and have your fun, go out and have your fun. You just ain't like you don't got to bring them home. The kids ain't don't got to know nothing about that. So still have your fun. Just don't let your kids see you doing you, because they may feel some type of way. Of course, as they should. But
Right.
shoot,
Right.
kids don't know nothing. Ain't got nothing to do with this. The kids at home go do you. Period.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I
Yeah,
need to
because all of this faking with these family vacations, for me, that gives the kids the wrong idea.
Right.
So, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, we live in separate houses, but mommy and daddy still act married.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
Mm-hmm.
just wrong.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Cause she constantly telling them kids, I ain't getting back with your daddy.
No, ain't nobody waiting. We talking about how Mel shouldn't have to be waiting to be with someone right after she filed for divorce, whatever.
She never waited for nobody.
Waiting is played. Don't Men don't wait. Why is we waiting?
Yeah.
And
Uh-huh.
men still be attached or whatever, still be in their feelings, and they still ain't waiting. So at least our feelings ain't attached better. But that's what messes men up. But we know better. There's a difference. Every false hope, knowing they want their feelings back in. See, and I'm back and forth with this because I feel that you want to have memories with your family. You want that. You want to see your mom. You always want to see your mom. I'm 40 years old and I still my mom and dad would get back together. I don't wish they would. Like, oh, I just hope. But I always think when I see them talk, whatever, I'll be like, oh, that would be so cute if they got back together, whatever. But they need to tell them that. And I think that they didn't show it, but I do think that they told them. And they said that they was and would, this isn't this isn't that. This is just us coming together. But yeah, it could give them the wrong idea if they ain't. So that's something you
Mm-hmm.
definitely got to sit down and have that talk with the kids. And that's what makes it so hard to go through a divorce when you have kids that age. Because it's at a point you got to try to explain it to them in a way that they understand. And knowing that, by their minds still developing, they can't comprehend, they can only comprehend so much and
Mm-hmm.
understand so much. And that's where it becomes part. My son's dad was part of it's part of my family. My son didn't have also he had understanding that he was paid by people who were see. And then if you got that understanding, then that's fine. And I feel that that's how it should be, because you should be able to have these moments and it not be awkward. You should still be able to, if they, like Mel said, one day she gonna be with someone, one day Mel Martell gonna be with someone, and they should all still be able to come together, and still be there for the kids' function. You grown people. Why you gotta be acting
I,
silly?
I I think what messes me up with their situation is 1 week they're on vacation in Miami. The next week they come, they're shouting at each other on driveway. Then they're posting about each other and dissing each other on social media, things that the kids will might not see it right now, but they will see them at some point. So that messes me. Like, are you not okay? So we're here because of the kids. Then the next, it's confusion all over again.
Yep. But you see also on next episode, the last installment, you see Carlos breaking down. He's crying. He's talking to Martell, telling him that he is over Mel. And it's about to be a whole thing, like Lord. And everyone knows that Martell is not over Mel. And we always hear Mel saying things, nonchalantly. Oh, just last week you was taking, we're gonna be back together. You gonna marry me again, and I totally believe her. when she says that he is texting that. I do feel that he is.
It
So
takes
I
two
do.
to tango. It takes two to tango. Melody is also doing some things to entertain that kind of a
I'm not
conversation.
saying that she's not entertaining it, but he's definitely doing it. I feel like he's starting it. I do feel like she could entertain it. I mean, who knows? All we know, they could. Mel and Martell could be together right now, and we wouldn't even know.
That's
You
true.
never know. They could
Right.
still be messing around behind closed doors and just not letting us know because for them not
It's
to
a
be
lot of
together is
people
just
out here
great.
who got exes that be they sneaky link. I mean, I done went back to a couple of exes like when everything was like fresh within a couple of years of the breakup or whatnot. I mean, you comfortable with the person. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go figure out what the new person likes or dislikes, what their favorite color is, what their zodiac sign. You're comfortable. You familiar. I mean, not everybody can do that. Sometimes things are just there ain't no coming back from, but every once in a while people get back together, even if it's just for the sneaky link.
True. I believe those two entertain each other. I think when she is bored or lonely, she enjoys the attention, which is
Hmm.
what a lot of women do. And that's what I'm saying. Can't they're just you have been with this man since you were in high school. There is no if you've ever entertained a flirty something or something since y'all have broken up. Because tell me what woman has never done that with any woman she's every man any man that he's ever been with or any man who's ever been any woman he's ever been with. That has always happened. So they have definitely flirted or something at some point. And I say that also because the way that she was looking at what she had on the last day that they were all there on that vacation,
Hmm.
she either wanted him to see that or someone who was coming after they all left was coming to see that. Either way, she let Martell see her in that before he left.
Hmm.
And that's the type of things I'm talking about. You still do little things. And sometimes just be like, could I still have my wife? Could I still have my husband if I wanted him or her? So it's
Plus,
it's
she
just those
threw that
little
up in
games
his
that we
face.
play.
She threw that up in his face. Like, you was just trying to marry me again last week. You was trying to get back with me last week.
Exactly. And I believe it. I just do. Because I believe Martell do be missing his family. When you realize you messed up, you start missing. And once he stopped messing with Ariane, I think Ariane, he knew.
Right.
Once
All
he
that picking
saw,
up and
he
dropping
knew.
off kids when you used to waking up with them all the time, that's a headache.
Mm-hmm. So I just feel, but yeah, I can't wait to see how he responds to it with what Carlos says. And I can't wait to see the camera go to Mel's face when Carlos is saying this to Martell. I need to have a three split screen. I need to have it on Mel, Carlos, and Martell
Mm.
while this is happening because I need to see all the reactions at all points at all time. Because no one has ever said this to him like this at this magnitude. Because Carlos was serious. You see how he was crying. So he was serious.
Yep.
So it's gonna be a really impactful conclusion next week. And I can't wait. And that will
They're
be
gonna
the
have to mess
conclusion.
around and have 4 parts.
Oh no, we don't need 4 parts. Ah,
God,
Jesus.
I'm saying. And
Mm-mm.
ladies, that concludes it. Y'all got anything to add before we get up and out of here?
Nope. That's it.
That's it. That's all we have covered. Everything. So, yeah, I know y'all noticed that we have been doing it on Sunday the past 2 weeks, and next Sunday we will be doing it on Sunday as well. I don't know. We might switch to Sundays next season just
Yeah, to
because
give people some time to watch. Yeah.
it gives people more time to watch and want to tune in and be a part of it. Because I want to start doing an open chat, some open chats and
Hmm.
everything we're gonna have an open chat next. We're gonna have an open chat next week for the finale.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have that going on. But yeah, so one more episode that will conclude this season, and that will wrap this up in a nice, pretty bow. I can't wait to see what Carlos says Martell, and yeah, I just can't wait to see how all that concludes. But
Right.
yep,
Me too.
that's all. Ladies, what we got going on tomorrow? Me and Dina will be recapping Sons of Anarchy. Tuesday, we will be doing Crazy in Love on
Yep,
Dina's
yep.
channel. Mom, will you be joining us
Which one is that?
for Crazy in Love, Christiana Blueface show?
Oh, I haven't. Wait, what network?
Tuesday. We're doing it Tuesday. It's on Zeus Network.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
You were with
Oh, hell no.
just asking. You never know. All right, ladies. Y'all have a good night in the chat. Have a
Bye,
good
everybody.
It is time to watch. What time does Potomac come on? 8 or 9?
It should be on now, I think.
Is it on now?
I think.
Yeah, I think it's on now. So about to go watch that. Get into it. Watching. We out this nasty thing.